Hello friends, myself Surekha Rode. Today we are going to see light and dark reactions of photosynthesis. The photosynthesis reaction it is divided into two parts, light reaction and dark reaction. Light reactions it is called as a light dependent reactions which capture light energy to power photosynthesis. Light reactions which are occur during the daytime, they takes place in the thylakoids. Pigment is, Pigments in the thylakoid membranes form protein complexes called as the photosystem first and photosystem second. These photosystems harvest photon to charge up energy which carrying molecules that will power the dark reactions. Then dark reactions or light independent reactions which do not need light energy to power their reactions and can occur during day or night time. It is discovered by dark reaction is discovered by three scientists. The dark reactions are also called as the Kelvin cycle, Bentham Basham cycle, or just called as a Kelvin cycle. Dark reactions occur in the stroma of chloroplast. The space Stroma means the space that surround thylakoids and fix carbon dioxide into glucose. Energy carrying molecules. It is ATP and NADPH. Both are energy carrier molecules which are used in photosynthesis and cellular respiration. NADP can hold excited electrons charged from the light energy harvested by chlorophyll to become NADPH. Eventually, NADPH passes the electron its holding to power dark reactions and revert back to NADP. ATP is called the cellular currency because it is used to power all the reaction that takes place in the cell of all living cells. When ATP's third phosphate it is broken off, it, it releases energy that the cell can use. ATP is made when a third phosphate group is added to ADP, that is diphosphate. Light reactions, the energy absorbed by the chlorophyll during the light reaction is used to power photosystem second that breaks the bonds of water absorbed through the plant roots. Then light reaction, when water molecule break apart, the remaining two hydrogen atoms have a positive charge and are called as a protons. Thylakoids by the thylakoid membranes. When there are more proton inside the thylakoid than in the stroma outside, protons want to leave the crowded thylakoid. When the protons, that is H plus ions, cross the membrane to leave, a protein uses their passage to power ATP production. The protein ATP synthetases attach a phosphate group to ADP and making it ATP. Light reaction energy absorbed by chlorophyll also powers photosystem first that charges up the energy carrier molecules, that is NADP is converted into NADPH2. NADPH then carries its energy over a power the dark reaction or Kelvin cycle. Light reaction summary. Photons are absorbed by the pigments to power photosystem first and photosystem second. Photosystem second splits water molecules into two protons and one oxygen atoms are expelled as oxygen gas through the stomata. Proton cross the thylakoid membranes and power protein complex ATP synthetase to make ATP. NADP is powered up by photosystem to make NADPH2. It is used in the dark reaction. Light dependent reaction finish with charged NADP, ATP and release oxygen. Then we will see dark reactions. It is called as a Kelvin cycle. Kelvin cycle is started and end with the same products, hence it is called as a cycle. All the dark reactions which are takes place in the stroma of the chloroplast. The Kelvin starts with RuBP molecule and carbon dioxide molecule. An enzyme called Rubisco combines with into an unstable intermediate. This is the reason why plant takes place carbon dioxide to start the Kelvin cycle and begin to conversion of RuBP into the glucose. It is a starting molecule and ending molecule of the Kelvin cycle. It will remain at the end of cycle, so the cycle is begin again. Here the intermediate of compound, that is RuBP, ribulose biphosphate, and carbon dioxide is unstable. It quickly splits into two half and forms two molecules of 3-phosphoglyceride which are stable. The ATP and NADPH from the light reactions provide the energy to convert into two molecules of 3-phosphoglyceride into their final form. Then all three G3P is made into glucose. The Kelvin cycle occur in every stroma, in every chloroplast, eh, in every plant cell, in every second of every day. That's a lot of reactions are happening simultaneously. Most of the G3P made during the Kelvin cycle. It is made up of RuBP, the starting molecule with energy from ATP molecules. Now the Kelvin cycle begin again. The spent ATP molecules from the reaction use ADP and phosphate group. These are reused in the light reactions to make more ATP. Then the summary of dark reactions, the Kelvin cycle which converts the carbon from carbon dioxide into glucose is the stroma. This is called as a carbon fixation because carbon is fixed into another form. Photosynthesis, which is carried out in two steps. First, in two light dependent photosystem, and second in a light independent carbon fixation cycle, and it is called the Kelvin cycle. Though this process, the plant is able to convert sunlight, water and carbon dioxide into glucose or sugars and ATP. As a byproduct, in this process oxygen is released. Then summary, plant are the producers of the biospheres, creating the oxygen and glucose needed for most organisms. Then chloroplasts are the site of photosynthesis in plants. Chloroplasts contain thylakoids where the light reactions takes place. Light reaction which convert sunlight, ATP and NADPH. The dark reaction or Kelvin cycles, ATP and NADPH to convert carbon dioxide into sugar. The light reactions and the dark reaction cooperate to convert light energy into chemical energy housed in glucose. Plants and animals use glucose to power metabolic process. When plants absorb carbon dioxide from the air, they are removing carbon from the atmosphere and fixing carbon into forms usable by other organisms. The burning of fossil fuels for energy releases carbon dioxide gas into atmosphere, increasing the amount of carbon in the atmosphere. Humans' excessive dependence on fossil fuels has led to increase in the levels of carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas that traps heat in the atmosphere, heat up the earth. The rate at which humans are burning fossil fuel is too high for plants and oceans to make carbon out of the atmosphere. Deforestation is a contributing factor to the excessive amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and it is also due to human influence. With the destruction of entire forest every day, we reduce the number of plants available to reduce carbon in the atmosphere. Thank you. Thanks for listening.